Hello and welcome to Just For You, a program cut out just because of you. And this is your man, Sonny Wayne Fella, coming to you today, wherever you may be, in Africa, in Europe, in North America, South, wherever you are. I want to say thanks for joining me, and I ask that you stay with me. To those of you, my subscribers, I want to say thank you for subscribing. Things seems to be picking up very well. And those of you who have not subscribed, I want to say, please do, because you don't have to pay a dime, okay? But I want you to receive these messages that I'm giving so that you can, just listen to information, good information from your friend and brother, Sonny Wayne Fella. Today, I just want to talk to you briefly concerning some situations in our country, Liberia. We see things are unfolding very well. I'm not going to say they are perfect, but very well. We find out that the president and his group of leaders have decided, knowing the circumstances, knowing the situation of our country, Liberia, the road situation, the garbage situation. These are things that I believe have been troubling the minds of many of us Liberians. Our president have decided to order into our country 286 earth-moving machines, as well as tractors and things like trucks, to help our people make farm-to-market roads, to be able to clean up our cities. Okay? And then we also found out that they brought 20 Toyota police vehicle into Monrovia that could help, even though they are not enough, but at least that's a step in the right direction. They said before you take 1,000 miles, you need to take the first step. And I believe that's the first step. We also found out they brought 3 Caterpillars, humongous generators for the airport. We see sometimes the airport is so dark. I remember once upon a time, a few years ago, I went to Liberia, and before we could get off the plane, they had to use cell phone flashlight to read our documents. We had to walk down the stairs, get on buses, and then go to the terminal, and it was just chaotic. But now things seems to have changed for the better. So I think we all need to be happy and praise those in leadership that are making a difference to our people. But one thing I want us to speak about mainly today is the question that is always asked. When the earth-moving machines came to Liberia, people begin to ask the question, where did the money come from to purchase these yellow machines? We also find out when the 20 police vehicles came to Monrovia, plus the 3 humongous Caterpillar generators, people begin to ask the question, where did the money come from? I want to let us know, those of you out there in the diaspora and those back in Africa, I think we need to hail this government for what they are doing. We ask too many questions, and that's why we are always unsettled. We are always at the edge. There is a government that you are under, okay? The government is our authority. Liberia is a wealthy country. Not because past presidents and past regimes did not use the money appropriately for our people to enjoy and to see the fruit of their labor and the fruit of what their country can provide for them. What our soil can provide for us. Somebody have come who is our leader, and today those people, because he's not the only one, President Joseph Newman Boyka Sr. is not the only one in leadership. He has other people that work along, and they see the needs of our people, of our country. They use the country resources and purchase the very important things that we need, but then we come and ask the question. We always want to add politics into whatever the country seems to be excelling in. Where did they get the money from? Well, who gave this thing? How did it get here? Who was ahead of it? Is it true that Boyka definitely bought these things or somebody gave them? We ask too many questions. Even if you want to ask questions, don't do it politically. Not because you were part of the former government and so now you think that everybody going to steal as other people have stolen. And I'm not saying the former government stole, but that's what we believe. You know, people, when you are doing something right, because they know they don't do things right, or so many people that they know just doesn't do things right, they tend to feel that how in the world can this person do these things? Because these ones never did, or when we were there, we never did them. Why and how can they do it? And the answer to that question is, yeah, maybe those who were there in the past, they mismanaged their money. They did not use it for the intended purposes. They put it in their pockets. They bought $250,000 homes for themselves, $1,000,000 homes. They are riding jet planes, private jets to come to Liberia and to leave Liberia. Maybe that's why this person is using the public transport to go to other countries. He had been making contacts. It may have seemed that before he even became president. And today we are now bearing the fruit of it. Shouldn't we be happy? Should we be excited? Instead of asking so many questions that will bring chaos and division within our midst. Where do you think he's going to get the money from? The legislature have to approve the budget before he can use any money. He doesn't have a private bank somewhere else. He uses the money that was given to him to help build our country. And today he's doing his best. We see the roads going to Grand Jude and other places have been clean and clear. There's not too many mud on the road. It is even rainy season, but they are working. We don't have to have police cars in Liberia. We don't have to have it. I remember once upon a time the past regime and police inspectors said, oh, when they have been approved, we're going to have a whole lot of police cars. I didn't see it. Besides broken down Toyota pickups. We didn't see it. The airport was always dark. Today things have turned a new page. I think, brothers and sisters, regardless of what regime or what government you work with, we all need to come on board and push this government forward. Encourage them, praise them for the good they are doing. I'm not saying they are perfect in any stretch of the way. They are not. But the little they are doing that is making a difference, that is improving the livelihood of our people. If we really love our people, if we really love our country, let's get on board. Let's push them. Let's encourage them. Let's praise them. And I bet you know, and I know, if you do little and someone praises you, you want to do more. But if someone try to tie your hands, you feel reluctant and weak, and you just can't do a whole lot. This man have not been there for 1 year. And look what he has done. He got 5.5 more years to go. Don't you think it's time that we all try to help him out, to encourage him, to say the good things and leave all the questions behind? I bet he didn't steal the money to buy caterpillars. I bet he didn't steal the money to buy police cars. I bet he didn't steal the money from somewhere to buy caterpillar generators. It's the government resources. For it was said once upon a time by one of our presidential candidates. He said, Liberia is too rich for its people to be so poor. That's what he said. Mr. Cummings. He said Liberia is so wealthy than to still see our people so poor. Mr. Boakai, our president, sees the difference. And the resources of Liberia, he's putting it to use. He's putting it to use. The roads have been paved. Roads have been clean and clear. He said he's going to make road possible. And that's what he's doing. He got many more years to go. If he can start like this in a few years, you can imagine what he's going to accomplish in the next few years. So let's get on board. Let's stop the too many questions, trying to find means and ways to criticize his government. Because that's what I noticed. There are other people from different regimes who tend to criticize this government. Oh, the government is not doing the right thing. Where did they get the money? Who are they? We were better off than them. This is not better off. This is not your father's property. Liberia is not owned by one family or one person. This is a country for all of us. So if someone comes, my people, wherever you may be, and try to help develop our country, let's help them develop the country. Don't go and sit on air and be asking so many questions. Where did they get the money from? Where do you think they got the money from? It's your resources, the government resources, the country, the resources that come from our country. That's the one they are using. And let's praise them for it. Let's say thank you and stop finding ways and means to criticize them, to bring chaos and division among our people. Let's love one another. Let's love one another, for they said faith, hope, and love. For the greatest of these three is love. Love surpasses all things. If we love each other, Liberia can go so far and nothing can stop us. Once we decide to do it, we can do it. Mr. Boyka have decided to help change the trajectory of our country. We all need to get on board and stop asking unnecessary questions, because it will not help build our country. Let's put political things aside. It is time to rule. It is time to lead. It is time to see our people developed. He said there are so many other departments, so many other places that need development. He has started taking the first step. Let's encourage him. Subscribers, I want to say again, thank you. And please always watch my video to the end, because if you do that, I become better with YouTube, and I will always give you information that is telling. And those of you who are not subscribed, don't just watch the video, subscribe. I will really appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you soon.